As someone who has spent a big chunk of the last 18 months, I would say, consuming personal development, self-improvement, self-help type content, I have a lot of thoughts on the subject. I have watched I don't know how many videos telling me exactly how I can leave my lazy girl era, and I have no intention of doing so. And I'll tell you why. One thing in particular that I've noticed with these videos is that I really struggle to relate to any of the creators that I've been watching. Now, I know that it obviously works for some people, but there's something about the whole tough love approach that a lot of people take that really rubs me up the wrong way. There was a YouTube short that I watched the other day, for example, that I've been thinking a lot about since I saw it. I didn't watch it for longer than a few seconds, to be honest. I started scrolling when she told me that I couldn't be lazy because laziness is for people who don't have goals. And I know that these type of videos get hundreds of thousands of views. So obviously they are helpful for a lot of people, but we're all different and they're not for me. Now, I'm absolutely not saying we should all just be lazing around waiting for success to drop into our lap. But there is a huge difference between wanting to push yourself to grow and beating yourself up because you're not meeting some other person's arbitrary definition of productivity. And I think that's the main issue that I have with the whole tough love movement. It doesn't seem to take into account that true growth will more likely come from a place of self-compassion and kindness than it will from constantly berating yourself for not being good enough. So if you're anything like me, and these videos often leave you feeling rubbish about yourself, the next time you're watching one, just take a second and ask yourself, does this content really resonate with you? Does it actually inspire you to grow, or does it just make you feel bad about yourself? Because it is more than okay to not internalize that tough love if it doesn't help you. At the end of the day, true personal development isn't about conforming to someone else's idea of success. It's about finding and doing what works for you on your own terms. Another thing that I don't like when I watch those types of videos is this sense of better than. Like if you're productive, you're better than someone else who didn't get as much done as you today, or you're better than your past self who really needed a lazy day. And I don't like feeling like I'm in constant competition, whether that's with myself or some random person. Because every time that you buy into this better than mentality, you're essentially buying into the idea that your worth is determined by how much you can get done in a day. And yeah, it might feel good when you're able to tick off all of the boxes on your to-do list. But what happens when life throws you a curveball and you aren't able to do that? When your self-worth is inherently tied to your productivity levels, it becomes this cycle of comparison and judgment, constantly trying to one-up everyone and prove that you're the most productive person in the room. And it's just exhausting. It's like we're all in a row running on these productivity hamster wheels, getting nowhere and never stopping to ask ourselves what we're running for, which just feels so wrong to me, because your worth isn't determined by how much you can get done in a day. You are worthy simply because you exist, and no amount of productivity is going to change that. And that's exactly why I have zero intention of leaving my lazy girl era. And instead, I'm choosing to focus on the art of lazy productivity. Now, if you're wondering, lazy productivity is all about achieving more by doing less. Now, I know it might sound a bit counterintuitive, but just hear me out. Instead of focusing solely on the amount of tasks that you can get done in a day, lazy productivity is about focusing on the level of impact that you can have in a day. In short, it's about working smarter, not harder, to focus on the things that matter the most. It's about working efficiently to identify the tasks that really move the needle and let go of the rest. It's about setting boundaries and saying no to the things that don't align with your goals. It's about recognizing that your worth isn't tied to how busy you are, because it is more than okay to slow down and actually enjoy your development journey. If you take anything from this video, I hope that it's this. Personal development is just that. It's personal to you, and it shouldn't be looked at as a one-size-fits-all. It's messy, it's complicated, and it's different for everyone. So the next time that you're scrolling on socials or watching videos here on YouTube and you find yourself feeling completely overwhelmed by the messages about productivity and success, just hit pause and take a second to think about how far you've already come. Because personal development shouldn't be about focusing on reaching some magical endpoint. It should be about learning to embrace the journey, including all of its ups and downs. And this journey isn't about being productive 24/7. It's about making progress. And sometimes the most productive thing you can do is give yourself a break. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you are also happy in your lazy girl era, please drop me a comment so we can help support each other through this journey. Until next time, take care of yourself and we'll speak soon.